So that state of soul consciousness or soul awareness that we talk about, and Bert has often talked about with the soul, I think most of us in this room have experienced it, but I'd like to speak a little bit to it. It's that level of consciousness where you know deep inside of you that something has shifted, that you will never look at your relationship with your mother or your father or your grandfather or your uncle or your sister or your brother or that thing that happened in your life the same way again. The soul or the spiritual level of consciousness is where the shift happens at the deepest level that no one can ever take that away from you. That's the level that Jamie and I have learned to understand, that when we facilitate, and that what family constellations can do is bring you to that place where a client, where a person, or even a representative has that shift in their spiritual awareness that they know now things are different. That's the level, or that's the place that we know that family constellations can go to. In our presentation today, we'll share with you how we take clients there, how we facilitate constellations, how we hold our state as facilitators to help people get to that level where that shift happens at the spiritual level. So each of us, every person in this room, every human being on the planet is given a roadmap or a blueprint through their family lineage to get to the level of soul consciousness. The beauty, in my opinion, in our opinion, of family constellations is every human being has this gift of their family lineage. Now, we all know that we take a few steps back from our family and say, oh my God. But through family constellations, if we follow the transgenerational bloodlines through the maternal lineage and the paternal lineage, through the father's line and the mother's line, through the system, through the systemic family lineage, ancestral, transgenerational pathway, you'll meet the soul. You'll meet the soul of another human being. That's what family constellations can do. And we do that through going through the levels of consciousness and through a particular process. And everybody does it differently, but again, we'll share how we do it. Our approach bridges the philosophy of family constellations and the language of consciousness. In other words, what we feel is that ultimately family constellations shifts our consciousness. It changes who we are fundamentally and how we view or experience our family lineage. That then also changes us how we view the world, how we view each other. So all of a sudden, we can start to go around and see each other as souls on this human journey of life. That we're beyond our human existence, beyond our human experiences, we're actually these embodied souls that have come here to work on something, to contribute. So I look around this room and I know that everybody in this room is here because you have chosen to contribute to the healing of not just yourself, but your family and also the larger collective, or you wouldn't be here. Something inside of you brought you here to do that. Now, Jamie and I are going to be here all week, and we'll certainly be around at the end of this presentation. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask Jamie or I anything. But there's another level of this work, and that's the people that have studied with us and have come to this conference, and like Michaeline, can kind of attest to their own experience of what they have learned through family constellations, what they have learned through the constellation approach, our particular approach to family constellations, what they have gotten from their soul agreements with their family, how they have had the experience of soul awareness. So if, for a moment, if the people that are in this room that have studied with us or are students or have done private sessions with us, if you could just stand for a moment, please. It's people from New York and Florida, Montana, California, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Florida. Thank you. So please feel free to ask any of these people about their experience of the soul, of their experience of their soul agreements with their family, of their experience of how their consciousness has shifted by going through this process. They'll tell you the truth about us. They know us intimately, and they'll tell you what it's like. So we invite you to speak to them.